Hola amigos, we are The Roots. In this vlog, we are sharing with you the ups and downs of our mission to travel and experience as much from life as possible. So please join us on this our journey. So, Mr. Root, where are we?
On today's episode, we achieved one of our bucket list items. We made it to Machu Picchu.
Welcome to video number 5 of our honeymoon adventure. If you have seen our previous videos, then you know that the honeymoon started a little bumpy with a car crash in Mexico. That did not really stop us on our journey to Peru. So, then we flew from Mexico City to Lima, explored Lake Titicaca, explored Cusco, and also explored the Sacred Valley. And here we took a train from Ollantaytambo to Aguascalientes, that is the closest town to Machu Picchu. So we got our previously bought train tickets, boarded the train, super excited because none of us have ever taken a serious train ride except the one from Williams to the Grand Canyon, but it's a short ride. This train ride is absolutely spectacular. You see, the train follows the Urubamba River that runs through the Sacred Valley and have carved through the centuries and millennia an incredible canyon where I think only llamas and goats can live here without breaking a leg on all these rocks. We were basically riding in a very narrow canyon with on one side a super fast moving river and in the other side just vertical walls. It truly feels like a movie. The train windows go all the way to the ceiling, where you can see the mountains and the Andes above. It's absolutely magical. The whole train ride feels like a picture-perfect experience, like from a James Rollins book. Super fun. We were honestly happy to have taken the train mid-afternoon, so we were able to see all the landscape around. The scenery is spectacular. It's absolutely beautiful. Finally got to the train station after a 2-hour ride or so. Found our hotel, cleaned up a little, and then we went out to search for dinner. And the next morning, at 4 in the morning, we were the first ones in line to take the shuttle to Machu Picchu. The place is impossible to describe. Behind the citadel, you can see the Machu Picchu mountain and the Huayna Picchu mountain. The Machu Picchu mountain has the face of an Indian, and the Huayna Picchu is at least 1,000 feet taller than the Machu Picchu. The place is impossible to grasp with the eyes and the mind. The ingenuity, the engineering, the mathematics involved in the construction of this place is off the hook. If Pisac seemed built by aliens, this place for sure was built by them. The simplicity of the architecture, the stonework, the perfect orientations, the strategic location, the face of the native on the background, for God's sake. The place is a masterpiece from every angle. Nothing is out of place. Everything seems to be here for a reason, with a purpose. Nothing compares to it. It doesn't seem from this world. They say that you cannot take a bad picture from Machu Picchu, and believe me, they're right. We entered the site at 6 in the morning, and the clouds were rising from the valleys below. My God, the site looks breathtakingly mystical. Our ticket included to climb the Huayna Picchu, somewhere in the middle of the day. The government of Peru only allows certain amount of people to climb the Huayna-Picchu. That by itself was an incredible adventure. Reflecting back on this day, I can tell you for a fact that if it weren't for the coca and the muña leaves tea, this day wouldn't have happened at all. It took all the elevation sickness and the pain for the accident from a 10 to a 2 in just one tea. Pretty remarkable. I mean, you remember that we were in a car accident and we have a few broken ribs and bruises and, we were all shaken out from Mexico, right? From the moment we enter the path, it truly feels like we were Indiana Jones. Now keep in mind that Brian is a declared mountain goat, that he rescues people for a living from mountains like this. Of course in Phoenix. But this mountain, this is different level. For the most part, it's a vertical climb. They never mention that to you when you buy the tickets. Honestly, they never say you need a special kind of shoe to go up in this thing. We saw people climbing on this with sandals. That's crazy. For the most part, the path is just steps with some cables and some wood railings here and there. But if you made a mistake here, you pretty much go down hundreds of feet to what I'm sure is a nasty death. So consider that if you're attempting to do this. You have to have the right clothing, the absolutely right shoes, leave your bag in the storage at the door so you can have your both hands free and you can be as safe as possible. Also make sure you don't have a few broken ribs and you haven't been in a car accident in the last, week. So it will be a little bit more fun. I'm pretty sure that even the most experienced climber will have a nasty accident in here. Because of this, however, climbing this mountain seems like an epitome of an accomplishment for anyone. We truly felt like $1 million when we were up in the mountain. All broken and bruised as we were, and old age. We felt like we climbed the Himalayas. It was awesome! And after what was the most incredible and adventurous of our days, we left Machu Picchu in the bus. Now, driving the bus down from Machu Picchu, we didn't realize how scary the drive was until we left with daylight. Remember, we got here at 5 in the morning, so there was no light. But when we left, there was light, and holy cow, that was a scary ride as well. And after this adventurous ride, we basically went to the hotel, picked up our luggage, found a quick place to eat, and wait for the train ride back to Ollantaytambo, where a bus was waiting for us to take us back to Cusco. The train ride back to Ollantaytambo was pretty much in complete darkness since we took the train at around 7 o'clock at night. So we slept for the most part. We also slept from Ollantaytambo to Cusco on the bus ride. By the time we got back to the hotel in Cusco, it was around 12 o'clock at night. We were absolutely exhausted, physically and mentally. And we were especially emotionally drained. This was one of the best days of our lives, by far. And I honestly wish our kids would have been there to share this moment with us.
Thank you for hanging out with us today. Please give us a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, hasta luego, amigos.